next guest is well known for his guest hosting appearances on The Tonight Show. As a matter of fact, the best-selling book of lists #2 named him the #1 most frequent talk show guest on television. And you know why. He's quick. He's never at a loss for words, and his words make people laugh. Ladies and gentlemen, David Brenner.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Wow, you're making me feel good. I got a little upset. This is a little big on me, isn't it? Yeah. You know what the problem is? I always wear things. That's because I hate big things. I don't know why I did it, because when I was a kid, I had all hand-me-downs. Everything was so big on me. You know, I didn't see my hands till I was like 17 years old. You know, and whenever my parents would take me to buy clothes, they do the same thing. They buy everything big. And I said, hey, I said, come on, why? And my parents always gave me the same reason. David, you're going to grow into it. You know what I wanted to do when I grew up, but I didn't have the nerve? I wanted to take my parents shopping for clothes. Because you know, as you get older, you start to shrink. And I wanted to get them all this real tight clothing. Say, hey, you're going to grow into it, Mom, Dad, you're going to grow into it. I didn't have the nerve, though. You know what had to be? The worst hand-me-down were shoes. These huge things, you had to stuff toilet paper in your shoes. Every kid had, you couldn't knock a kid over in my neighborhood. And then when I went to get shoes in the store, my mother would embarrass me all the time. She'd always do the same thing. She'd always press her thumb against the end of the shoe. David, where's your big toe? Let me feel your big toe. Let me feel your big toe. I hated that. I never took it with me when I went to get underwear. You know, but I did. I always did. I always dressed funny as a kid. You know who dresses funny to me? Hunters. Did you ever see a hunter? They stand in the woods wearing all this camouflage clothing. They really think the animals can't see them. I mean, that would be like a moose comes in your house with a picture of a chair on it, you don't notice them. Is that dumb? You know what else is? I'll tell you something that's really dumb. Did you ever notice whenever the federal government doesn't know what to do about one of our problems in the country, they do something very dumb instead of admitting they don't know what to do? Like, there were 14 cases of the bubonic plague were reported in Idaho, or one of those states you forget right after you get out of high school. Now, of course the government doesn't know what to do. Who would expect them to know? I mean, there hasn't been a case of the bubonic plague in what, 200, 250 years? So instead of just coming out on television and saying, we don't know what to do, did you see what they're doing? To stop the possible spread of the plague, they're warning us, all 242 million Americans, never play with a dead animal. Now, I don't know about you, but you know, sometimes after dinner, I like to take a nice stroll over to a highway, pick up a dead raccoon and whip him around a little bit. No more. That's dumb. You know what that's like? It's as dumb as did you see the billboard the government's putting all over the country, all the highways? They have this big billboard it has on the billboard. Illiterate, call 1-800. I'll tell you another dumb one. This really bothered me too. When the FAA, I'm afraid to fly. Why did they have to tell us that birds get caught in the engines of planes? Now I gotta worry, my whole future depends on some bird not saying, "Ah, life sucks." And then I almost wrote to the FAA to complain about a pilot who scared me. Can you imagine a pilot scaring passengers? Oh yeah, we were flying. It was a non-stop flight, New York to LA. We're up in the air in about an hour and a half. It was actually a smooth flight. I just started to relax. I got done throwing up. I was going to read. Do you ever look on the other side of an airsick bag? There's a coupon to get film developed. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, the door of the cockpit opens, and out walks the pilot. He's walking around the plane saying hello to everyone. It's his visitation period. I hate that. To me, that's like being in the back of a car. All of a sudden, the driver climbs over the seat. So he's walking around the plane. Hello, pilot, pilot. And he recognizes me. Now, he comes over to me. Now, we're flying nonstop, New York to LA. You know what he asked me? He scared the hell out of me. He goes, where you going? Thank you, everyone. Thank you.